It's a beautiful Sunday under the arch in St. Louis. The last time the D-backs won a series here, this ballpark didn't even exist. You have to go back to the old Busch in 2003 to find the last D-back series win in St. Louis, but a chance to change that here today. It's Diamondbacks baseball, brought to you by Sanderson Ford. And good morning from Busch Stadium. Welcome to the broadcast. Steve Berthume and Bob Brenly along the way. Here we go, all set for the series finale and rubber game here. The D-backs and the St. Louis Cardinals. Zack Greinke on the mound for Arizona. Jaime Garcia, the left-hander, before St. Louis. And Bob, that means Michael Bourn is in the lineup for the Diamondbacks. Why is that exactly?
Well, because Michael Bourn has great career numbers against Jaime Garcia. He's a left-hander, but the splits aren't really that much different. Michael Bourne's had great success, 7 for 14 lifetime. This will be his 6th start in right field. He's played in 23 games out there over the course of his career.
Mostly a right-handed lineup for Chip Hale against the lefty Jaime Garcia. On the mound, a right-hander for the Diamondbacks. At Zack Greinke, he faced these Cardinals last month at Chase Field. It didn't go well.
Didn't go well at all. He has won 4 of his last 5 decisions, including that start against the Cardinals you're talking about at Chase Field. Gave up 11 hits and 7 runs, but fortunately for Zack, the offense busted through against Jaime Garcia for 11 runs of their own in that ball game. Looking for a better result from Zack today.
And Chip Hale told us today that Zack Greinke is a much different pitcher than he was a month ago, locating better, different mechanically. In fact, the whole rotation is better over the last month here. So we are set to go. First pitch coming up on Fox Sports Arizona. It's the D-backs and the Cardinals from St. Louis. Arizona.
Diamondbacks baseball on Fox Sports Arizona is brought to you by Lone Butte Casino. You're in for more winning moments at Lone Butte Casino. By Oregano's. Step up to the plate for a guaranteed home run at Oregano's, your neighborhood pizza joint, location statewide.
And by Cox Gigablast. How will you live the gig life? Some Cardinal greats memorialized outside Busch Stadium. A beautiful day for a ball game here. The Diamondbacks and the Cardinals just about set for first pitch at Busch Stadium. Todd Walsh will have more from down on the field when we come back.
St. Louis, Missouri. We bring you to Busch Stadium and get you set for the third and final game of this series. Exclusive coverage of Diamondbacks baseball continues on Fox Sports Arizona. I'm Todd Walsh down here on field level, up to Steve and Bob with the call of this game in just a matter of moments. But first, a programming note as we make our way to Pittsburgh for that series in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania that starts on Tuesday. You hopefully will keep it right here for our post-game show, which will consist of the debut of Season 2 of The Local 9, another original programming masterpiece from our friends Josh Kellman and Tom Elsner. If you're wondering what this show is all about, it's a chance to ask some of the hard-hitting questions of the Arizona Diamondbacks that maybe you've never heard the answers to about what it's like to live and work in the Valley of the Sun.
Who shops for you? Do you your own clothes? Are you that guy? Are you that kind of guy?
Yeah, just for like casual stuff, I like to get my own stuff. For like dress clothes and stuff, my mom will still go to the store and buy me some pants and give me some collared shirts and stuff. But
Will she send you a picture of it?
usually when she's here, she goes and helps me out. So yeah, I'm not the best shopper. Sometimes I'll go get some pants and they never fit right, and we always kind of a little joke like, you know, come on, like, what are you doing?
What kind of car are you driving?
I got a Tahoe.
A Tahoe?
Yeah, I got a Tahoe.
Do you listen to the radio, or
Yeah.
what were you listening to on the way today?
I actually drove with Nick to the field today.
So he had the call, or did you?
I was on Spotify, so
So what were you listening to?
a bunch of different stuff.
Tell me.
Some Notorious B.I.G. is what I like to go to. So that's what I like before the games.
I like how you roll. Grants Pass, Oregon. I think this is fascinating. Tell me about this place.
It's a small city. I feel like everybody knows everybody. It's where I was. It's where it all started for me.
But there's someone very special there, and that is your dog, Brave.
Oh yeah.
How hard is it to be away from your? You have a chocolate lab, man. They're like full of life, and he's not here.
I know. I have my dad send me a picture like every single day of him. I'll text him, hey, what's up? How's the going? How's the day going? And he sent me a picture of Brave. So, you know, he's home, but you know, I get to see him still.
would not let Brandon Drury, one of our latest guinea pigs, off the hook. Had to find out what he was listening to. So that's just a sample of the Local 9 Season 2 debut coming up right after Diamondbacks baseball here in Fox Sports Arizona today. But when we come back, first pitch, Steve and Bob have the call. Cardinals, Dbacks, next.
Just a picture-perfect day for baseball here in St. Louis, Missouri. Steve Berthew, Bob Brentley, and Todd Walsh with you. Not a cloud in the sky overhead, a very comfortable 78 degrees. A little breeze swirling around the ballpark, nothing of note here. And we are set to go for the series finale and the rubber game. The Diamondbacks and the Cardinals. Dbacks begin today 20-25. 6 games behind the division-leading Giants. A chance today for the Diamondbacks' first ever series win in this ballpark, and it would be career win number 100 for the skipper, Chip Hale.
Win one for the skipper. Why not? Here's how Chip Hale will line up his ball club today. Gene Segura will be at second base. We mentioned earlier Michael Bourne out in right field today. Paul Goldschmidt at first base. Wellington Castillo doing the catching. Yasmani Tomas in left. Brandon Drury moves into the infield today at third base. Chris Owings out in center field. Zack Greinke, the pitcher, hitting 8th. And Nick Ahmed, the shortstop, batting 9th.
And on the mound for the Cardinals, your Arizona Ford starting pitcher is Jaime Garcia, the 29-year-old left-hander. He's pitched well this season, a 2.86 ERA in 8 starts. The ground ball is a big weapon for Garcia. Helps him keep it in the ballpark. Only 2 home runs allowed all year. He has, though, had issues with bases on balls at times this season.
Yeah, walked 3 against the Diamondbacks in his last outing back at Chase Field. This is a guy that when he's at his best, throwing that 2-seam fastball down in the zone, he'll cut the fastball in on the righties from time to time. Has a real good straight changeup he'll use as a ground ball pitch. And as you mentioned before, Chip loading up with right-handers. You really don't have a lot of left-handed options with David Peralta on the disabled list. Jake Lamb and Chris Herman go to the bench today against the left-handed Jaime Garcia.
Yeah, Michael Bourne, the only lefty in the starting lineup for the Diamondbacks today. Look at the Cardinals defensively. Our eye on defense is brought to you by Nationwide Vision Center.
A little different look for Mike Matheny today. Brandon Moss out in left field. Randall Grichuk in center field. Stephen Piscotty out in right. It'll be Matt Carpenter at third. Aledmus Diaz at shortstop with Colton Wong at second. Big Matt Adams over at first base. Yadier Molina, yeah, he's catching again. And left-hander Jaime Garcia on the mound.
Time now for your Valley Honda dealers. Key to the game.
Well, right now the Diamondbacks should be feeling a little bit of 13-year itch. It's been 13 years since they've won a series here in St. Louis, so not only picking up Chip Hale's 100th victory today, but winning a series in St. Louis. Be a great day.
Going to try to get the baseball up in the air against Jaime Garcia if you can. He is among the best in the business at keeping it on the ground. In fact, among major league starting pitchers, only Kyle Hendricks and Marcus Stroman have generated a higher percentage of ground balls this year than Jaime Garcia. Gene Segura will lead it off. Mark Wagner is our plate umpire this afternoon. He's got the balls and strikes on a perfect day for baseball under the arch in downtown St. Louis. Got to rosin up and get ready for this one.
Absolutely. Might have some sun issues on the left side of the field, moving around to the right side as the sun fades away in the west this afternoon. If it doesn't, somebody needs to alert somebody.
At Carpenter at third will take a step or two in on the grass. As Segura leads it off, we are set to go, the Diamondbacks and the Cardinals. Ball one. Segura hitting .328. He's got 5 home runs.
And Garcia, not an overpowering pitcher. Needs to hit his spots. We saw him miss badly with that first delivery and the second delivery for that matter. Yadier Molina moving out on the outside corner. The first 2 pitches, one off the corner and one on the corner on the inside part of the plate. Tries to come in and misses away.
Yeah. 2-1.
Well, you really have to take advantage of those location mistakes early in the ball game. If Garcia does leave one up over the plate, better be ready to hit it early, because like a lot of veteran pitchers, you give him enough time to settle in on that mound and he will find the corners of the plate.
Garcia coming off a loss to the Rockies in his previous start. That was Tuesday here at Busch Stadium. He walked 4 in 5 innings. It was the 5th time this year he's walked at least 3 batters in a ball game. He's made 8 starts. 3-2. Michael Bourne, the left-hand bat, on deck. Good at bat to start the ball game off by Gene Segura here. Segura took a rare 0 for 5 yesterday, including a strikeout with the bases loaded to end the ball game. He was the tying run at the plate. A 7-pitch walk to Segura, leadoff man aboard.
Good start. Make him work out there. As we mentioned right away, you could tell first 3 pitches he missed his spot from one side of the plate to the other. Draws the leadoff walk, does Gene Segura, setting it up here for Michael Bourne.
Bourne 3 for 11 with the Diamondbacks so far, and very good career numbers against Jaime Garcia, which is one of the reasons he's in there this afternoon. Bourne started Friday's series opener here in center field. Had a pair of hits, including a double. He knocked in 2 runs. 7 for 14 career against Jaime Garcia. Carpenter is in on the grass at third. Squares to bunt and gets knocked down.
Looked like he was looking to bunt for a base hit right there. That's a tough pitch to bunt, that one above your head and behind you.
I would think. That's in there for a strike, 1-1. Well, Chip Hale told us today that Michael Bourne is in there because of the track record against Jaime Garcia, but also Chip really likes Bourne in the 2-hole. Says it allows him to bunt. It allows him to hit and run. He can do a lot of things with Bourne hitting second. Base hit for Bourne. He knocks it into right field. Segura on the run. He's going to get third base here. And they're on the corners for Goldie to open up the ball game.
Well, that's one thing. Hitting in the 2-hole does open up for Michael Bourne. When the leadoff man reaches, it creates that hole on the right side of the infield. Michael Bourne generally is a slap hitter, sprays it all over the field. But when he's got a hole on that right side, he can roll that top hand over it, get one through for a base hit.
So his success against Garcia continues. Segura at third, Bourne at first, nobody out for Goldie. Starting to show some encouraging signs at the plate this weekend. He's had 4 hits and a pair of walks in the series. And he's hitting the ball back up the middle a lot more than we've seen him lately. Takes ball 1. Goldie at 243. He's got 8 homers. And that 243 is highest batting average since May the 3rd. Goldie drove a ball to right field here yesterday that just missed going out for a home run.
It goes without saying that's a great sign when Paul Goldschmidt is driving the ball to the opposite field. Not lazy fly balls, not humpback liners, but backspin line drives to right field. That's when he's getting close.
Yeah, Stephen Piscotty made a tremendous catch up against the bullpen fence out there in right center.
Really surprised when you see a Cardinal pitcher pay a lot of attention to a base runner at first. If the guy has an average lead, why worry about it? Yadier Molina's going to throw him out if he tries to steal anyway. Don't pay so much attention to those runners at first. You got to concentrate on the pitches to the plate.
There's a nervous Nelly up there. Bourne holds. Goldie hits a roller to Carpenter at third. Long for one. They turn it. Segura scores, and it's 1-0 Diamondbacks.
You always hope for a little more with Paul Goldschmidt at the plate, but grounding into that double play pushes across the first run of the game. Hopefully that's all Zack Greinke will need today.
Wellington Castillo. Well, the way Zach pitched against the Yankees last week, you might be right. He was outstanding. Welly back in there today. 291. He's got 7 homers. He sat out Friday's series opener, was back behind the plate yesterday, went 1 for 3 with a double. Jumps on the first pitch and lines it down the left field line. That's a fair ball. It's in the corner and one hops the wall. And it's a ground rule double for Beef Wellington, his 8th of the year.
Stay hot. Wellington Castillo got a pitch on the inside part of the plate. He's really been pulling the ball with authority in this series. Shot one right down the third base line yesterday. This one hop and out of play for a ground rule double.
Well, this is the bat they need to get going. It's Yasmani Tomas. 289 and 5 homers, batting 5th here today. 4 for his last 25 at the plate. Castillo at second, 2 outs, a run in. Yasmani sat out yesterday's ball game. He walked twice and was hit by a pitch in the opener Friday night. Looking for a little more production here. He's got just 2 RBIs in his last 18 games. He rolls it into left, a base hit. Matt Williams going to wave Castillo home. Here's the throw from Moss, and it is not in time. There's your RBI from Yasmani, and it's 2-0 D-backs.
Asking you shall receive. Need a little more production out of Yasmani. That'll work. Ground ball through that 5.5 hole on the left side. Wellington Castillo with a really good secondary lead out there at second base, and he needed every bit of it. Turns the corner at third. Matt Williams waving him on home. I think the Diamondbacks are probably going to challenge Brandon Moss out there in left field whenever they get an opportunity.
Moss was a late addition to the lineup. Matt Holliday was originally out there at left, but he was scratched earlier this morning. So a big 2-out RBI single by Tomas brings up Brandon Drury. Strike one. Brandon at 301. He's got 7 homers. His home run off infielder Ruben Tejada, who was pitching mop-up duty in the 9th inning on Friday. His only hit of the series.
And even though it came against a position player, it was still very impressive. A line drive to the opposite field that got into that Cardinals bullpen out there.
Counts just the same.
Got that right.
He'll take every one.
Goes on the back of your bubblegum card.
So it's already been a long first for Garcia. The first 5 have reached. A walk and 3 hits. 1-1.
Sneaking up on 20 pitches here in the first inning. His next delivery will be number 19. Goes without saying, the higher you can run that pitch count up early in the ball game, better chance you have of getting into that middle relief in the Cardinals bullpen.
One pitch. Up and in, 2 balls and a strike. The Diamondbacks have never beaten Jaime Garcia. In 6 career starts against the Diamondbacks, he's 5-0 with a 2.94 ERA. There were some encouraging signs last month at Chase Field. D-backs got to him for 4 runs, 8 hits, and 5. He got a no decision and walked 3 in that ball game. He's already walked 1 here today behind on Drury. The 2-1 is rolled up the middle, and that's another base hit. Here comes Yasmani Tomas. Grichuk's got a good arm, and the throw is short. 3-0 Diamondbacks. Brandon Drury knocks in another run. 3 straight hits, all with 2 outs.
Last time Zack Greinke pitched, this is what happened against him. A lot of ground balls that found holes in the infield. Today it's working well for the Diamondbacks offensively as Tomas motors around third base and he gets on the plate.
Garcia trying to regroup, suddenly down 3-0 as Chris Owings steps in. Base hit for CO. The line is still moving. 4 straight 2-out hits for the Diamondbacks. Derek Lilliquist, get out there.
Whatever you're doing, stop it.
Ouch, quit it.
Well, the good news is you clear the pitcher spot here in the first inning with Zack Greinke hitting in the 8th spot. He will come up to the plate next, followed by the shortstop Nick Ahmed.
I'm sure that Mike Matheny, Bob, is thinking, okay, we spotted Zack Greinke a 3-0 lead. We need to fix this right now.
Right now, yeah. If you're the Cardinals, you can't let this D-backs offense run up too much more of a lead, because hopefully Zack Greinke's not going to give up anything today.
3 runs in. Brandon Drury at second. Chris Owings at first. 2 down for Zack Greinke, batting 8th today. He's only given up 4 runs in the first inning all year. He's given up 3 in this one start so far. 2 on and 2 out for Greinke. Gets this in the air. Brandon Moss is under it out there in left field. And that's the end of the inning. But the Diamondbacks put up a 3 spot for Greinke here in St. Louis. A 3-run Dback first for your Arizona Ford starting pitcher at Zack Greinke. 32-year-old right-hander Zack has won 4 of his last 6 starts, including a win over these Cardinals last month at Chase Field, and he was just outstanding his last time out Tuesday against the Yankees.
Against the Cardinals in his career, he's 10-4 with a 3.48 ERA in 14 starts, 16 total games, a couple of relief appearances against the Cardinals. Yeah, you're right about that start against the Yankees. His command was just impeccable in that ball game, just dotting the catcher's glove all afternoon.
Cardinals begin today 3 over 500. They're 23-20, 7 back of the Cubs in the NL Central. Cubbies come in here tomorrow to open up a 3-game series. Their lineup today.
Mike Matheny is going to line them up this way. Matt Carpenter at third base leading off. Aledmus Diaz at shortstop. Stephen Piscotty out in right field. Matt Adams at first base. Yadier Molina behind the plate. Brandon Moss out in left field. Randall Grichuk in center. Colton Wong at second base today, and Jaime Garcia, the pitcher, hitting ninth.
And the Diamondbacks will immediately put the shift on for the left-hand hitting Matt Carpenter. He's got a pair of hits and walks in the series. There's a strike inside. It's 0-1 on Carpenter, who's hitting .256 and leads the Cardinals with 9 homers and 32 RBIs. One of those home runs came off Zack Greinke at Chase Field last month. 0-2.
Conventional wisdom in the game of baseball, when you're trailing by 3 runs after the top of the first inning, usually you take a strike. You need base runners if you're the St. Louis Cardinals, and like I said, that's conventional wisdom, but not always adhered to.
He rolls it into the shift. Brandon Drury, the third baseman, is there. A 5-3 putout, 1 away. A look at the Diamondbacks defensively, brought to you by Nationwide Pitching Centers.
Sowing's out in center field this afternoon, battling that tough sun. Yasmani Tomas will be in left, Michael Bourne in right. It'll be Drury and Ahmed on the left side of the infield, with Segura and Goldschmidt on the right side. Wellington Castillo behind the plate for the right-hander Zack Greinke.
Aledmus Diaz, the rookie shortstop. Let's play him straight away. And here's Zack in full grunt mode out there in the mound. He's giving it all he's got.
He might have grunted after the call from Mark Wegner, rather. Like a pretty good pitch right there at the bottom of the zone.
See the numbers on Diaz. 360 with 6 homers. He gets this one up to right center. Bourne is there. Quickly 2 down. This is the shutdown inning you're looking for to this point. 2 outs on 5 pitches, and here's Piscotty.
mentioned for Michael Bourne, this will be his 6th start in right field, his 24th game overall. It obviously started in center field some games, found his way over to right field at some point in the ball game, or came in the game as part of a double switch and ended up playing right field, but his 6th start in right.
Strike one. 335 and 5 homers for Piscotty. There's Michael Bourne.
I like that Michael Bourne looking over to Chris Owings in center field. Constant communication between these outfielders, depending on the hitter, depending on the count, depending on what pitch is being thrown. Michael looking into the dugout, getting instructions in there from Dave McKay on positioning, and then calls Chris Owings over a few steps.
Bourne, of course, won 2 Gold Gloves in center field, but you don't want to put Chris Owings out there, I imagine. That's why they make Michael move over.
Yeah, I think so. You know, a veteran player. He has some experience over there in right field. Chris Owings has kind of settled in that center field spot and looks very comfortable playing center field. So Michael Bourne's the one that moves out of position today because he's probably a little better suited for it.
CO looks like a little leaguer with that massive outfield glove. 1-2 on Stephen Piscotty. Piscotty was hitting 4th in this morning's original lineup for Mike Matheny, but got moved up when Matt Holliday was scratched. Just the 2nd time all year Piscotty has hit 3rd for St. Louis. 3 hits and 4 walks in the series. The roller in the hole. Brandon Drury smothers it, but he's got no play. Piscotty's aboard.
Full extension that time at third base by Drury. Just could not recover quickly enough. When he went to get the ball out of the glove, it just popped loose. I'm not sure he would have had Piscotty at first base anyway.
Brings up Big City Matt Adams. Diamondbacks will put the shift on here. Adams 291 and 4 homers. He got a splitter that Jake Barrett left up a bit yesterday and homered. And you see the way the Diamondbacks line up defensively against Adams, who's starting to do a really good job hitting away from it, but he lifts this one in the air. Foul ground for Bourne, who makes a running grab right into the wall there. So there's your shutdown inning from Zack Greinke. We are through 1 in St. Louis, and it's 3-0 Diamondbacks. Stadium, St. Louis, a 3-run Diamondback first has spotted Zack Greinke a 3-0 lead.
Hey fans, if D-backs hit a home run this afternoon, it means a free jumbo jack tomorrow at participating Jack in the Box locations with the purchase of a large drink.
Dbacks sent 8 men to the plate in the first against Jaime Garcia. 3 of them scored, so here's Nick Ahmed batting 9th and leading off the 2nd. First pitch is rolled by Carpenter. Nick Ahmed, that bat starting to come alive, trying for a hustle double here, and Nick is in there. Nick Ahmed, his 7th double. Had a pair of hits yesterday after sitting out Friday's opener.
Well, we speculated back in that first inning that the Diamondbacks might be aggressive on the bases on balls hit to left field. Nick Ahmed just runs right in the face of Brandon Moss right here. He got to the ball in pretty good shape. His throw back to the infield well offline. Nick immediately gets into scoring position here in the 2nd.
Picking up where they left off. Here's Segura, who walked and scored to lead off the ball game. Squares to bunt but fouls it off. 0-1.
We talked about it on Friday night's ball game, how the Cardinals shift on Gene Segura to the opposite field. Randall Grichuk out there in center, shaded way over to the gap in right. Brandon Moss way off the line in left. Of course, the spray charts would say that's where Gene Segura hits the ball most often. But boy, if he could pull one down into the corner or in that left center field gap, he could run all afternoon.
Cardinals have seen a lot of Gene Segura in the National League Central after his time with the Brewers. Over the head of Matt Williams, it's 0-2. Segura had a good night here Friday in the opener. A couple of hits, an RBI, stole a base, scored twice. Took the 0 for yesterday.
I know Diamondbacks fans probably get tired of listening to me talk about Yadier Molina, but man, he saves 90 feet every time that pitch is in the dirt. It's blocked right in front of him. No chance for the runner to advance, as you see where Gene Segura generally hits the ball. That's why they have the opposite field shift on in the outfield.
1-2.
Gene Segura is only 1 RBI away from tying Paul Goldschmidt for the team lead. Goldie with 24 coming into play today. Gene Segura and Jake Lamb with 23. Don't say that a lot about a leadoff hitter.
Brandon Moss in left. 1 down. That's kind of that way with both these teams. Matt Carpenter, no matter how productive he is always in the leadoff spot for the Cardinals. Michael Bourne single his first time up. Michael in right field today. Chip Hale told us David Peralta is expected to start taking some swings with a bat tomorrow with that improving wrist that's got him on the DL right now. And they're hoping David will be able to get some at bats in extended spring training games by the end of this week. But they don't expect he'll be ready when he comes off the DL. Strike 1. Michael Bourne has been a nice addition so far. 33 years old, a career .266 hitter. 2 All-Star games, couple of Gold Gloves. They would have liked to have given him the opportunity to play more games in the minors in their system, but as soon as Peralta got hurt, they needed him up here.
Yeah, need can change want.
Yeah. He was released by the Braves in April and a month later let go by the Blue Jays. In there for a strike, 1-2.
Boy, good thing Yadier Molina mishandled that ball. He was going to throw through to second base. Ledmus Diaz had snuck in behind Nick Ahmed out there at second base, but Molina lost the grip on the baseball as he came up out of his crouch. And Nick looked like he was trying to get a walking lead out there at second base and possibly try to steal third with 1 out in the inning.
Yeah, Diaz is closer to that second base bag than Nick is. You want me over? Checking with Yadier Molina behind the plate.
That's one thing about this Cardinals team. They don't necessarily look into the bench to get tips on where to position themselves. They look at their catcher.
Yeah. Good take by Bourne there, and the count is even 2-2. Oh, he tried to check. It rolls by Garcia. Bourne is hustling in, and he beats the throw. Tough play for Colton Wong. It pulled Adams off the bag, or on the corners with 1 out for Goldie.
You don't usually get a good result on a check swing. Generally, it's put into play weakly somewhere where they throw you out at first base. But once this one got by Garcia, that was going to be an incredibly tough play for Colton Wong. His throw over to Matt Adams at first is high enough to pull the big guy off the bag. Michael Bourne gets in safely.
2 for 2 for Bourne. And Goldie, second time in as many at bats he's come up with runners in the corners. Last time he hit into a 5-4-3 that scored 1 run. He's got Ahmed at third, Bourne at first, and 1 out. Ball 1. Paul still with more walks than hits this year.
Long look in after that first delivery to Goldie here by Jaime Garcia. You may recall back in that first inning, Zack Greinke threw a pitch at the bottom of the zone and didn't get the call. Now Garcia doesn't get the call on a very similar pitch. Something to file away if you're a hitter. I'm not calling that fastball down there at the knees.
Well, Garcia, as we mentioned, is a sinker ball pitcher with a great ground ball rate. He needs those low strikes. He's got to work down in the zone to be successful. Three and 0. He's already walked 1.
We've seen Paul Goldschmidt be more willing to swing at 3-0 pitches this year. See if he takes a hack at this one if it's to his liking.
He does, and he bangs it into left. Ahmed will score the RBI for Goldie, and it's 4-0 Diamondbacks. Already 8 hits for the D-backs against Jaime Garcia.
Elevated fastball up there thigh high in the middle of the plate. Diamondbacks have been using that hole between third and short to their advantage throughout this entire series. The right-handers pulling balls that direction, the left-handers shooting balls that direction.
Another mound visit for Derek Lilliquist. Bullpen will get busy. At Bowman, we saw him earlier in this series, the right-hander.
That's one of the toughest things for a manager, to recognize when one of your veteran pitchers that you're counting on just doesn't have it on a given day. Will he find it? Will he get back to throwing quality pitches and getting easy outs, or is he going to continue to struggle? Mike Matheny doesn't look like he's going to be very patient with Jaime Garcia today, getting work in the bullpen already.
Wellington Castillo doubled and scored his first time up.
Wellington, a Dbacks hitter that's been working that left side with good effectiveness in this series. Ground balls through the hole, hit a ground ball right down the third base line yesterday. Keep getting these favorable hitters counts. You got to love it.
40 pitches for Jaime Garcia, only 23 strikes. 2-0 to Castillo. Bourne at second and Goldie at first. A roller right side. Colton Wong has got only one play. They get the out. Everybody moves up. Another RBI opportunity for Yasmani Tomas. Tomas singled, knocked in a run, and scored his first time up. As the D-backs got 3 in the first against Garcia. They've added 1 in the second, bidding for more right here. Strike 1. Carpenter at third. Throws them out. They strand 2, but they get 1 more. Bottom 2 all the way from St. Louis. It's 4-0 Diamondbacks. Louis fans, follow Arizona Diamondbacks baseball live with the MLB.com at Bat app. You can stay up to the moment at any moment with game day, live game video highlights, StatCast, news, the whole thing. Just download MLB.com at Bat, the #1 app for live baseball on your phone and tablets. Bottom 2 at Busch Stadium. Zack Greinke with a 4-0 lead as Yadier Molina leads off the St. Louis second. Another first pitch strike from Greinke. Molina 313. He homered here yesterday. A home run off Andrew Chafin, his first of the year. And his first in 232 at bats dating back to last August. It had been a while.
Hey, Yadier Molina is one of those guys that is a really good situational hitter. If you give him holes defensively in the infield to shoot at, he'll look for a pitch to go that direction. About the only time you see him try to hit home runs is if he's up there to the plate in a situation like this. Nobody on base. Occasionally with 2 outs, he'll try to whirly bird one out of the ballpark. But throughout his career has always been a more effective hitter with runners on base.
Yeah, if you include the postseason last year, it had been 69 games since Molina had homered. His ability to hit the ball hard was really hampered the last couple of years by serious thumb injuries. But Mike Matheny saying now Molina looks like the kind of hitter the Cardinals saw before he started having those issues. Just does get a piece to stay alive.
That was the definition of an emergency swing right there. That ball was nearly in Wellington Castillo's glove when Molina just flipped the bat out there and got a piece of it.
Well, this guy is Cardinals baseball, a dozen years in the big leagues, all with St. Louis. And all but 3 of those years have seen the postseason. He is revered here.
I would be surprised if he went anywhere else. Of course, I would said the same thing about Albert Pujols.
Goldie takes a base hit away.
Just robbery right there. That looked like a base hit into right field, and Goldie playing well off the line at first. Most first basemen wouldn't get to that ball.
Yeah.
Because they play much closer to that foul line, but Goldie plays over in that hole with a right-handed hitter. Able to take that base hit away that time.
Here's Brandon Moss. Dbacks have the shift on for Moss, who's at 217 and 7 homers. He had a pinch hit 2-run double Friday. Sky high, no clouds up there, bright sun for Bourne.
Nice job. Keep your feet moving. Even though he has played out there before, it's not his natural position in the outfield, so just constantly kept his feet shuffling as he got underneath that ball and then had to back up a couple more steps to make the catch.
Randall Grichuk will start in center field today. 219 and 5 home runs. He was back in the starting lineup yesterday after tweaking his lower back Thursday. Yesterday he singled and struck out twice. Segura, the second baseman, on the shortstop side of the bag, so they shade toward the left-hand side of the infield for Grichuk. Missed away, 1-1. He did not go. Marty Foster down there. Chip Hale said today this is a big game for the Diamondbacks. Their ace is on the mound against a good pitcher. Chance to win a series here against a good team for the first time in a long time, since 2003. And he wanted his group ready to play from the first pitch. No mental errors, and they have done exactly that. Jumped out to a 4-0 lead. Popped up first base side for Goldie, fighting that sun. And he's got it. A 1-2-3 second for Zack Greinke, who leads it 4-0.
Two complete. It's 4-0 Diamondbacks. Hey fans, anytime the Dbacks score 5 runs or more, Taco Bell is giving away 3 free tacos with the purchase of a large drink between 4 and 6 the following day at participating locations.
Well, bidding for some tacos today. A 4-0 lead as we start the third with Brandon Drury against Jaime Garcia. Diamondbacks already with 8 hits, and the Cardinals will shade toward the left side of the infield for Drury. Long, the second baseman, on the shortstop side of the bag. Ball 1. Bob, you and I were both surprised. Cardinals really don't shift all that much. They don't seem to be part of this wave.
And it could be the fact that the Cardinals pitchers in this series so far haven't been consistent about hitting their spots. That's what really sets up the exaggerated pull shifts. If you can execute your pitch where you want it, where that guy is most likely to hit the ball into your shift, then it turns out to be a good defensive move. But if you got guys that are missing their spots by 2 feet, it doesn't really do much good to put a shift on.
And that has been Garcia today. He's had trouble locating.
Where we really saw that happen was down in Atlanta when Bobby Cox had Clavin and Maddox and Smoltz and guys that could really dot the corners of the plate and hit the catcher's glove whenever they wanted. They used to play exaggerated shifts in the outfield all the time. But when Clavin and Smoltz and Maddox moved on and lesser pitchers took their place in that rotation for the Braves, all of a sudden those exaggerated shifts didn't work anymore. Guys were finding gaps with regularity.
Drury takes a hack at a 3-2 pitch to stay alive. Now 50 pitches for Garcia, 30 strikes. Lines it off the glove of Diaz, and it rolls into left center. Diamondbacks have the leadoff man on base for the 3rd consecutive inning.
I would assume that'll be ruled a hit. That ball was smoked to the left side of the infield. Diaz just went into a dive from his stationary position here. That ball was by him before he could get his glove out there and try to knock it down.
Yeah, Brandon Drury 2 for 2. Now 9 hits for the Diamondbacks. Here's Chris Owings, who singled his first time up. He's got 4 hits in the series. So Chris has now hit safely in 5 straight games and 12 of his last 13. And during that stretch, he's hitting over 350. Takes a strike, 1-1. Chris has had a very good month at the plate. The batting average since May 7th has come up more than 35 points. Creeping up toward 300. He'll keep an eye on Drury over here.
Not always easy to make that average creep up the way Chris Owings has. Once you get up over 100 at bats, to have a 2-hit day to move your average up 4 points, you know.
Yeah, last 13 games, 5 extra base hits, 8 RBIs. Rolls the 2-1 right by Drury and into right field. CO 2 for 2, and Brandon heads for third. Owings streaks for second, and he is out of there. From right field was cut off, and they had Chris a dead duck at second.
A good idea in theory, but that time the Cardinals executed that relay pretty well right there. Chris shoots it through the right side. Drury's going to turn the corner and try to advance to third base. That draws the throw from the right fielder Stephen Piscotty, and CO thought he could sneak in the back door, but you could see Matt Carpenter step way up in front of the play at third base to get the out at second.
9-5-6 on the putout, and that ends the day for Jaime Garcia. 4-0 Diamondbacks.
Top half of the third inning, looking for more with the runner at third base and 1 out. Hey fans, spend your Memorial Day weekend at Chase Field. On Saturday, May 28th, get the Dbacks mesh pool bag courtesy of Mattamy Homes. And on Memorial Day, Monday May 30th, fans can pick up the Dbacks barbecue apron courtesy of IHOP. Get tickets at dbacks.com.
New pitcher for the Cardinals, the right-hander Matt Bowman. We saw him on Friday in the series opener. He worked 2 scoreless innings. A very effective ground ball pitcher out of the bullpen for Mike Matheny. 10 of his 14 appearances this year have been scoreless.
I got 6 outs. I'm sorry, partner. Yeah, I got 6 outs in that game on Friday night. 4 of them were ground balls, 2 strikeouts. The only hit he gave up was an infield single for Gene Segura.
1 out. Brandon Drury at third, the infield in for the Cardinals. Here's Greinke. He lifts it in the air toward Piscotty. That's going to be deep enough to score the run. Here comes Drury. He's the taco run, and he crosses the plate. 5-0. The RBI for Greinke.
You rarely see a manager make a pitching change to face the opposing pitcher, but that's what Mike Matheny did right there, bringing in Bowman to face Zack Greinke, and Zack greets him with a sac fly to right field for the 5th run of the game, and tacos.
On the road again.
Nice. I don't care. Just score 5. We'll take our chances.
Here's Nick Ahmed, who doubled and scored his first time. Boy, the bat has really picked up for Nick. A couple of hits yesterday. He's had 2 hits, in fact, in 3 of his last 4 games. Already 1 for 1 today. They've got him off the interstate.
That's always good. You don't want to see a 0 or a 1 in front of your batting average when you look up to that big board. You know, and as far as trying to raise your average up to respectability, you have to realize that it's taken you a month and a half to dig yourself into this hole. It might take longer than that to get out of it.
Aledmys Diaz makes a nice play to throw out Ahmed. But the Diamondbacks tack on another run. They lead it 5-0. As we start the 3rd, Dbacks fans, it's Mountain Dew Decision 2016. Dew fans everywhere asked to bring back 2 legendary flavors, Mountain Dew Baja Blast and Pitch Black, but only one gets to stay, and you get to decide. Vote online today at decision.com. Colton Wong leads off the Cardinal 3rd against Zack Greinke, who leads it 5-0. And he drives the first pitch into the gap in right center. It rolls all the way to the wall. And Wong will pull into second with his first double this year. He had only 3 extra base hits all season.
I mentioned earlier, conventional wisdom in this game when you're down by a lot of runs early is to take a strike. But as I said, not everybody adheres to that. Colton Wong picking on the first delivery he sees from Zack Greinke and finds that gap in right center.
So Jaime Garcia removed from the ball game before his spot in the order even came up. Matt Bowman will be the hitter. Long discussion down there with Chris Maloney, the third base coach.
This looks like the first at bat this season for Matt Bowman, which stands to reason. Middle relief pitcher usually comes in for an inning or two and then is out of the ball game before he has an opportunity to swing the bat. But Mike Matheny looking to get some length out of his right-hander today. He'll leave him in there to bunt, I would assume.
Goldie in from first. Brandon Drury will stay near the bag at third with Wong at second. That one's fouled back. Yeah, Jaime Garcia today goes only 2 1/3. That's his shortest outing since June of 2012. So it's a bullpen day for the Cardinals, and this is the first career at bat in the big leagues for Matt Bowman. Just trying to advance the runner Wong from second to third. 0-2.
Couple of feeble efforts there by Bowman, and both times trying to bunt the ball to the right side, which would play right into the Diamondbacks' hand defensively, because Goldie was about halfway in between first and home as that ball was bunted foul. If he bunts that ball to the right side, there's very little chance Colton Wong will be able to advance to third base, because where Goldie will be when he picks up the baseball.
Squares one more time, gets it down. Greinke's on it. 1-4 on the sacrifice. Wong in at third. Matt Carpenter now. Grounded out his first time up, 255 on the year. Carpenter hit only .230 in April to start his season, but he's up 60 points over that in May. Wong at third, 1 out. Diamondbacks will overload the right-hand side. There's a strike, 0-1. Brandon Drury stays close to the third base bag, and Nick Ahmed moves over to the first base side of second. Oh, and 2. See that shift the Diamondbacks have put on here. Carpenter, as has become more and more of a power threat in this lineup, has become more and more of a pull hitter. He's not been spraying the ball to all fields like he did earlier in his career. Got a little homer happy. Hit 28 last year. He's already got 9 this season. Greinke at 30 pitches, 25 strikes. And he strikes out Carpenter. First strikeout for Greinke.
I'm sure you fans at home can hear Zack Greinke out there on the mound grunting on just about every delivery. That was a good changeup. Started on the outside corner at the knees, bottomed out in the dirt that time. It was the same thing for Robbie Ray yesterday.
Yeah.
Every delivery. Trying to get a little extra on it.
That changeup was the pitch that worked so well for Zack against the Yankees. Here's Aledmys Diaz. It sounds like a tennis match down there. Diaz 2 hits, 2 RBIs in Friday's ball game. He was 0 for 5 yesterday. That snapped a 5-game hit streak. Well, he wants Drury off the line more. Much like Yadier Molina with the Cardinals infielders, it's Zack Greinke who decides where everybody goes in the Diamondback infield. Some pitchers particular about that, more so than others.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, they know what's been hit hard in play against them and where it's been hit, and where they hope their defenders are positioned for certain hitters, and that time Zack looked over and saw Brandon Drury a little too close to the third baseline. So waved him over a little bit more into that hole, trying to close that 5.5 hole between short and third.
Well, Diaz, when the Cardinals signed him out of Cuba, Mike Matheny said you could see the power, but it was just yank, 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 everything to his pull field. And Drury was playing that way, but he's still off the line now, 2-1. In there for a strike, 2-2. But the Cardinals have been pleased with the way they're watching Diaz shoot the ball to right field. He's got good power. It'll carry to right and right center off his bat when he goes that way. Greinke is just powering up.
He's even doing it on his changeup, grunting on fastballs, grunting on breaking pitches.
Well, I would imagine if you're going to grunt on the fastballs, you would have to then grunt on the changeups, wouldn't you?
Well, I think the timing is such that if you're waiting to hear the guy grunt to decide whether you're going to swing the bat, it's probably a little too late.
Thank you, Mr. Physics. Just does get a piece of that one, but you're right. He's max effort out there today. Again, Zack is looking over, checking Drury, spotted third. 2 outs, 2-2, and a lead miss Diaz. There's another grunt. He misses there. Full count, 3-2.
I would imagine sometimes it's pitch specific. If you know you're going to throw a changeup to a right-handed hitter who has a tendency to pull the ball, then maybe you want him a little closer to the line. But if you're going to work him away with hard stuff, he's less likely to pull the ball right down the third baseline, and then you want the third baseman over there in the hole where Brandon Drury is now.
Diaz really making him work here. 3-2 pitch. He missed away. First walk issued by Greinke. And he'll deal with Piscotty.
Missed by much. Been a couple of borderline pitches Zack wanted in this game. Just off the corner. Great location. Unfortunately, just missed.
Oh, he's got his work cut out for him with Piscotty, who has been among their best hitters as of late. He singled his first time up. He's got 4 hits and 4 walks in this series, and is red hot at the plate right now. He's hit safely in 5 straight and 13 of his last 14. Wong at third, Diaz at first. First pitch swinging, drives it deep to center field. Chris Owings has room out there. He's on the track and he's got it. And Greinke strands 2. It's 5-0 Diamondbacks in St. Louis.
Dbacks. I'm Todd Walsh, and welcome back. Steve and Bob. It was an eventful off day for the Dbacks Live pregame show crew yesterday as we took I'm just going to say it was a pilgrimage to the Hill. Paid our respects to the childhood homes of Joe Garagiola and Yogi Berra. There's St. Ambrose Church, and right across the way we went over to Milo's Bocce Garden and threw some balls around. Bocce, by the way, as I learned from my man Joe. And then had a fine meal at G and Tony's. Ran into the Diamondbacks coaching staff. That's a heck of a place, Steve. Holy smokes.
Steve Piscotty.
Wow. No.
You don't see that in bocce ball or,
no, you don't.
Or bocce.
Bocce ball.
Bocce.
And look who we ran into at the end of the evening at G and Tony's, the Diamondbacks coaching staff hanging out there. I pushed the cannoli really hard and the chicken parm because I knew a guy that I just met.
Leave the gun, take the cannolis.
Absolutely. I will tell you, though, it was just a piece of history. American history is like going back in time, as it's told you earlier today, Steve, like 1930s America, the generational homes in the neighborhood, and literally a stone's throw from Yogi to Joe. I mean, it was stunning to me to stand there in the middle of the road and realize how close they were just in terms of geography. And the rest, as they say, is history.
I love the text you told me that you got from Joe Jr.
Amazing. He said that nothing has changed. And he asked me to look for, I believe it was paint marks on the streets or on the sidewalk where they ruined Yogi's dad's paintbrush because Joe and Yogi were painting hash marks to play football.
In the street.
In the street.
Love it.
And I was just imagining, I was looking down the road and I was just imagining them running home from school.
Nearly run over by an Edsel or something.
Yes. Grabbing a bat and a ball and going to play the game of their lives. That's the sense I got. It was a spectacular day, a perfect day. Hopefully we'll get it up on our social media platforms just so you can get a taste. I highly recommend, if you're ever here in St. Louis, get up to the Hill.
Michael Bourne. Great job, Todd. Nice play by Carpenter at third. Spins and throws. Two nice defensive plays by the Cardinals here to open up the fourth. Well, Todd was telling me all about that earlier. Yeah, I guess it's like a time capsule on the Hill here in St. Louis. You step right back into the 1930s and 40s. Here's Goldie now. He is hit into a double play and knocked in a run with an RBI single.
It's been years since I've been up on the Hill, but back in the day when I was coaching with the Giants, asked concierge at the hotel, where can we get some good Italian food? Oh, you got to go up to the Hill. That's all we needed to hear. Jumped in a cab, take us to the Hill. Everybody knows where it is.
Yeah, Chip said he and the coaches, assistant GM Brian Minetti, all went there, had a great time. He said they ate dinner, and by the time they were done with dinner, it was nighttime, it was dark, so they walked, and it was about 4 blocks from the restaurant to Joe and Yogi's houses. He said they were afraid they would shake up the neighbors because it was late at night and you got all these guys looking for a house and an address.
Yeah, it's a gang.
Yeah. But so they all went there, took pictures, and saw it. 3-0 to Goldie. Walked him. Goldie was waiting for Mark Wegner to give you the routine 3-0 strike, but it's ball 4.
That 3-0 pitch is almost automatically a strike if it makes it to home plate in the air, but that was another one down there at the bottom of the knees, and Mark Wegner just has not given that pitch to either team today.
And much like Jaime Garcia, Bowman is a real sinker ball guy. He lives by the ground ball out. He needs that pitch. Goldie at first, 2 down for Castillo. He has doubled and scored and grounded out, 1 for 2. It's amazing, Bob, to think about where the catching situation was when we were here almost at this exact same point last year, because this is where Tuffy blew out his knee on that play at first base here at Busch Stadium near the end of May last year. And at that point, didn't know who was going to catch. And Dave Stewart got busy. Jared Saltalamacchia came here. Wellington Castillo came here. And now the catching situation is even better with Castillo and Chris Herman.
Yeah, the combined effort by Herman and Castillo, I believe they lead major league catchers in just about every important offensive category.
One and two. And Chris's performance is making it a lot easier for Chip to give Wellington Castillo more off days, which he said he absolutely had to do this year because, well, he sort of ran out of gas about the end of August last season. They had a hard time taking him out of the lineup last year, the way he was carrying the team for different stretches offensively.
And that'll become even more important when we get into the dog days of summer and the temperatures start to heat up. We've caught a real break here in St. Louis for this series. Very comfortable baseball-like temperatures. Humidity is very low.
Yeah, it's a perfect day here today. Just perfect. Upper 70s, low 80s, no clouds, very little wind, very comfortable. Fights that one off. It stays fair. Bowman's got it. And he'll apply the tag. That ends the inning. He strands the 2-out walk. Bottom 4 coming up. Diamondbacks have a 5-0 lead in St. Louis. Of Busch Stadium, downtown St. Louis, where the Diamondbacks have a 5-0 lead of the Cardinals. Fans, vote the evolution and send your favorite D-backs to the 2016 All-Star Game. You can vote up to 5 times a day using our smartphone ballpark app or log on to dbacks.com/vote. You can vote 5 times a day. Just start clicking away.
Yeah. And you got to do it because you know the Cardinal fans are going to be voting for their guys. The Reds fans are going to be voting for their guys. The Dodger fans doing the same. If you want to see some D-backs in that All-Star game, www.click. Start voting.
Matt Adams, shift is on. Adams flying out his first time up. He got off to a very slow start this year, Matt Adams. As you can see, he's just under 290 right now. And it's really rebounded big time. Three homers and 14 RBIs in his last 15 games. He homered yesterday. And he has raised his batting average for the year 80 points since the end of April. And that's come right as Brandon Moss, who was playing a lot of first base the first month of the year, has nosedived a bit. So Adams' timing is very good. Says the way everything is going right now is the way he wants it to be when he's in the box, feeling comfortable up there and swinging at good pitches.
Well, we talked earlier about Yasmani Tomas needed to get it going, start driving the ball a little more. That's how important he is to the Diamondbacks lineup. And I think the same thing could be said for Big Matt Adams. If he's hitting the ball out of the ballpark, that changes the whole complexion of this Cardinals lineup.
And it's interesting, Bob, to see the way the Diamondbacks line up here defensively, because his home run yesterday was his 3rd opposite field home run this year. He's always been a dead pull hitter, but he's really adapting and evolving. Tries to shoot that one just down the left field line, but it's fouled. He's seen some heavy defensive shifts, but he's really worked hard to counter that, and he's got some good power to the opposite field.
And he is one left-handed pull hitter that will bunt, especially in a situation like this, leading off an inning, maybe not trailing by 5 runs, but in a close ball game where the Cardinals need a runner to start an inning, he'll try to bunt that ball to the third base side.
Chases a high fastball and strikes out. Second strikeout for Greinke.
Up the ladder fastball that time. Got Adams to expand his zone big time. Shoulder high, up and out over the plate.
Yadier Molina laced one. A line drive between first and second on which Goldie made a spectacular diving stop. Laid out full tilt and took at least a single away. Maybe extra bases. That's in there for a strike. This is Goldie to lead off the second. It's our Chaz Roberts Cool play the game.
That's the thing about Goldie. You never know whether the cool play is going to be with the bat, with the glove, running the bases. He does something every day to help this team win a ball game.
Boy, Molina took a pretty good pitch there on 0-1, so he's down no balls and 2 strikes. Greinke has given up just 2 hits so far. He's walked 1, struck out 2. And he gets Molina to chase. Back-to-back strikeouts open up the 4th.
Zack has been slowly incorporating his breaking pitches. Slider off that outside corner, gets a very weak swing and a miss that time from Yadier Molina. Hey, Jackie Bradley Jr. with a 5th inning single today extends his hitting streak to a major league high 27 games.
JBJ.
Yeah, he's rolling.
Brandon Moss. That's really, really impressive.
Oh,
to
yeah.
get up to that stratosphere, those numbers, and then realize you're halfway, not even to Joe
Not even
D.
halfway.
Yeah. 50 pitches for Greinke, 39 strikes. Brandon Moss hits this one high and deep to right and gone. Brandon Moss, his 8th of the year, and it's 5-1.
Ball out over the plate. Wellington Castillo had set up inside on Brandon Moss, trying to tie him up in on the hands, but that pitch straight out over the plate, and Moss put a charge on that one.
He was not in their original starting lineup. It was Matt Holliday. We're not sure why Holliday was scratched, but the first lineup card the Cardinals posted had Holliday in there, not Moss, so that's worked out already. Randall Grichuk. The 8th of the season for Moss, and the 8th given up this year by Zack Greinke. Now he's behind on Grichuk, 2-0. Diamondbacks overload the left-hand side. Segura on the shortstop side of second. 2-1. Grichuk's a guy who struck out a ton last year, but he has made some strides forward this year. He's walking about twice as often as last season, and he's cut down on the strikeouts. Does seem to have cost him some power, though. He's hitting a lot more ground balls than he did before. Checks his swing there. 3-1.
Zach leaving a few pitches up here in this inning, including the home run by Moss. Richards had a couple pitches up around belt high that he's fouled off.
Hold down the line fair, but right to Drury. And that's the end of the inning. But the Cardinals get one on Brandon Moss's 8th of the year. Through 4, it's 5-1 Dbacks.
On 10 hits, the Cardinals 1 run on 3 hits. When the D-backs win, you win at Papa John's. A day after every Diamondbacks win, you get 50% off your regular menu price online order at Papa John's. Just enter promo code Dbacks50 at papajohns.com.
I'm told by our director Phil Mollica that the Blues got a big win last night.
They did?
They're not dead yet. Series is all tied 2-2. Must have missed the parade that went by the hotel last night. As Manny Tomas leads off the 5th against Matt Bowman.
They have a parade every time they win a game.
Well, just Phil Mollica, our director.
Just him marching around the hotel.
It's no Rose Bowl parade, but it's not bad. There's a strike on 1. Tomas, an RBI single. He scored a run in the first, grounded out his last time up, 1 for 2. Carpenter at 3rd. 1 away.
All right, partner, I need your help here.
Yes, sir.
Not sure if this is coincidence or irony, possibly both.
Uh-oh.
Back in 1995 on this day, there was a huge brawl between the Durham Bulls and the Winston-Salem Warthogs. Took more than 30 minutes to separate the two teams. By the time they did, 124 days of suspensions were handed out. Everybody in uniform that day got suspended for at least 1 day. Now, it came on Strikeout Domestic Violence Day.
I'm going to put that as ironic.
Okay, I like it.
Carpenter in fair territory catches the Drury pop up. My general rule is when the firehouse is on fire, that's irony. Every other time it's coincidence. That's your grammatical lesson for the week, brought to you by Bob Brenly.
About that. 124 days of suspension.
It's been a heck of a fight.
Oh, everybody in uniform had to serve at least 1 day.
What was the name of the one team?
The Winston-Salem Warthogs.
Yeah, what's the deal with that? Were they making fun of the name? Is that how it started?
Maybe. The Durham Bulls. You know how arrogant they can be.
Oh, yeah, sure. Movie stars. Chris Owings, 2 for 2, couple of singles. 8 and 15. How do we ever win 8?
It's a miracle.
It's a miracle. Well, Diamondbacks, as Bob mentioned, about hit the Cardinals 10-3, but Bowman not messing around in the 5th. 2 quick outs ahead of Owings, 0-2.
Bowman looks like a guy that might work out for the Cardinals. He was a Rule 5 pick from the Mets this offseason. And, you know, occasionally those Rule 5 picks can end up just taking up a roster spot for an entire season. Bowman looks like he's going to be a usable piece out of that bullpen for Mike Matheny.
He gives you, from the windup, a little bit of the Johnny Cueto. It's like Cueto light, but there's a little bit of a turn there.
A little stop right there. Just kind of a little pause as he goes into his step back and then finishes delivery.
Adams at first. Another ground ball out for Bowman, 2 in the inning. He has set down 4 in a row, but the Diamondbacks lead the Cardinals 5-1. Dbacks in St. Louis. Fans, it's your chance to beat the heat. Today's word is baseball. Log on to foxsportsarizona.com/beat the heat. Enter that word for your chance to win a trip to San Diego for the July 4th weekend. Not a bad gig. From now through June 5th, we will provide the word of the day every game. Once you see it, go to foxsportsarizona.com/beat the heat and enter that word. The more times you enter, the better your chances. And again, the password is baseball. Colton Wong leads off the 5th. Audio guy just freaked out. Don't worry.
Who was that? Alan Ledden?
Yeah, remember when they did password?
Yeah.
This is the greatest Odd Couple episode of all time. Gene Segura from the outfield grass. Remember, Felix and Oscar were a team. And Felix would just give ridiculous clues, and Oscar would get mad at him and hit him, and that was the show. They'd say the password is mayonnaise, and Felix would go for the clue. He'd go Lincoln. Oh, it's a well-known fact that Lincoln loved mayonnaise.
Apparently so.
Yeah, so it didn't work out. Second at bat of the ball game for Matt Bowman, who was on in relief of a disastrous start for Jaime Garcia. And Bowman, Bob, has done a terrific job. He's yet to give up a base hit. Giving up a run on a sac fly, walked one. But Garcia, who came into the ball game unbeaten in his career against the Diamondbacks, well, he got blown up today. Lasted only 2 1/3, 5 runs all earned, gave up 10 hits.
and threw only 54 pitches.
Yeah, the reality is it probably could have been a lot worse for Jaime Garcia. You know, 10 base hits and a walk in 2 1/3 and get away with only 5 earned runs. That's pretty fortunate under the circumstances.
But amazing when you consider that in 6 career starts, Garcia had been 5-0 against the D-backs with a 2.94 ERA. But he was out of there quickly today. 4th strikeout for Greinke, 2 down. Here's the leadoff man, Matt Carpenter. Carpenter's 0 for 2. That's not easy to do the way this guy hits. Shift is on. Boy, Matt Carpenter's had one of the most interesting and varied evolutions of any player in the game. He came up in 2012. He was kind of a bench utility guy, hit mostly singles. Then in 2013, they made him the second baseman. He became a doubles hitter, led the league with 55 doubles. And then 2 years ago, the slugging percentage dropped. He became a get on base, work the count guy, led the league in walks. Then last year, started belting home runs, hit 28 homers. He hit only 8 home runs the year before. And now this season, it seems he's morphed into all of those things. Drives that one right through the shift. Drops it into right center. Boy, he is a good hitter.
Just a good solid baseball player in that Cardinal mode. For years they've liked guys who have versatility, playing multiple positions, but now this guy's taking it to the extreme. Plug him in as a second baseman, he leads the league in doubles. If they plugged him in as an everyday third baseman, he'd probably lead the league in triples.
He was a 13th round pick out of TCU in the 09 draft by the Cardinals. Aledmus Diaz is flied out and walked, the shortstop. And you've got this guy who kind of came out of nowhere. They signed him out of Cuba after he defected. And he didn't get a ton of money. He got a 4-year, $8 million deal. And was just kind of floundering in their system a bit. But he got an opportunity when Johnny Peralta was injured in spring training. And he started the day hitting .360 with 6 homers and 15 doubles. And they have lived with the defense. It's not been great by Diaz. He's still learning how to play shortstop at this level, but they are very bullish on his hitting, as John Mozeliak, their GM, says. They, in fact, once he stalled in their minor league system, took Diaz off their 40-man roster. That sort of woke him up. He had a big last 2 months in Memphis last year. Had a very good Arizona Fall League and a good spring training. Now here he is. Pops this one up third base side. Brandon Drury fighting that sun, not a cloud in the sky. And that's the end of the inning. So Greinke strands the Carpenter single through 5. He's got a 5-1 lead.
As we head to the top half of the 6th inning, it's time to take a look back at baseball history, brought to you by Geico. Everybody's heard of this guy, but nobody knows exactly why. On this date in 1982, Mario Mendoza reaches first on a fielder's choice. That ended his 9-year career with a .215 batting average, and everybody's heard of the Mendoza line.
That's it, huh?
He's struggling to get to the Mendoza line. I always assumed it was 200, but Mario Mendoza was actually a .215 lifetime hitter.
He's been shortchanged by history then.
Well, he had his bust-out season, though, right before his retirement. 1980, playing for Seattle, he hit .245, so that kind of skewed the Mendoza line a little higher.
Trending up. Zack Greinke leads off the 6th against Matt Bowman. On in relief of Jaime Garcia. Zack drove in a run in the 3rd inning with a sac fly. Dbacks have out hit the Cardinals 10-4. They lead at 5-1. Trying to get Chip Hale his 100th career win as the Dbacks manager. Diamondbacks began play today 20-25, 6 games behind the Giants for the NL West lead. Giants play tonight. They are hosting the Cubs, who come in here tomorrow. Always told that Cardinals Cubs is the real big rivalry in baseball. Having grown up in Boston, I would tend to disagree, but out here it's certainly a big deal.
Oh, it's a big deal out here. I mean, the state of Illinois is kind of divided. North of Peoria or Bloomington is Cubs country. South of that is Cardinals country, and it's a relatively short drive down for Cubby fans to come on down to St. Louis and watch a ball game, or vice versa for the Cardinal fans to go north.
Greinke drops it into right, a base hit to lead off the 6th. So Zack today has an RBI, now a single. But since Cardinal fans are, as we are always told, are the nicest, most knowledgeable, most well-behaved fans there are, sort of lacks the angst of Yankees Red Sox. It also lacks the 4.5-hour games, which is nice. Nick Ahmed now.
You know, you can make an argument for any one of the big rivalries. The Giants Dodgers would tell you that that's the biggest rivalry. Sure. Red Sox Yankees certainly on the East Coast. In the Midwest, Cubs Cards.
In other words, the idea that when Rougned Odor got that big suspension for laying out Jose Bautista with that right cross in the Blue Jay Ranger game, that maybe that wasn't such a bad thing for baseball. Baseball needs a little spark, a little energy in some of these rivalries. What do you think? I mean, you're not encouraging fighting, but
no.
Some occasional bad blood is not necessarily bad for the old PR machine.
I think fans like to see that the players have an emotional involvement, more so than just, you know, putting up numbers and collecting a paycheck. You know, you're messing with my team. I think the fans feel that, you know, when their players have that emotional involvement.
Yeah. You want it to mean something to these guys. Sure. Of course it does, but it's nice to see that manifest itself somehow. And well, the occasional bench clearing brawl. Nobody gets hurt. It's all fine. That was a heck of a punch by Odor, though.
Sure was. I think
Joey Bats.
Joey Bats is fortunate that he caught some of it on the helmet.
Hey, Joey Bats
off, kind of staggered him momentarily.
Yeah. It all, we are told, went back to the bat flip in the postseason last year. They were still a little upset about that in Texas.
Yeah, and the slide by Joey Bats. You know, talked a lot about the Utley rule at second base this year. What can you do? What can't you do? It looked like he slid past the base to get a piece of Odor.
Well, Odor got a piece of him.
Yes, he did.
0-2 on Nick Ahmed.
8 days worth.
Yeah. Now, if you were the skipper, not that you're going to speak for Bannister, but okay, your team shows some fight and they sort of pay back an overdue bill with a bat flip and the whole thing, but then you lose a very good player for 8 days. What do you tell him?
Well, maybe meet him in the parking lot after the games.
Nick Right center. It drops in front of Greinke for a base hit for Ahmed. Another 2-hit game for Nick Ahmed. Nick has had 2 hits each now in 4 of his last 5 games. That bat is coming back to life.
Boy, is that good to see.
Sure is.
There's no doubt the Diamondbacks are a better defensive team with Nick in there at shortstop. There's just no questioning that. Not to take anything away from Chris Owings or Gene Segura, who have both played really good shortstop over the course of their careers, but Nick's at a different level with that glove, and if he's providing anything offensively, it just really sets up well for the D-backs.
Well, the way that this lineup was designed to function this year with A.J. Pollock and David Peralta and the whole thing, if he's got enough around him, it doesn't matter what Nick hits anyway. But now with the herd thinned a bit, the offense becomes a little bit more of an issue. And if Nick can do his part in the meantime, while those guys get healthy, then everybody's better off, especially him. Segura walked and scored to lead off the ball game. He's 0 for 2. Carpenter, a high bouncer. They get the force. Adams can't scoop the low throw. Ahmed takes off. He's in at third.
I think that's the right play for Carpenter, but that off-balance throw as he's fading away into foul territory worked to the Diamondbacks' advantage that time. Couldn't get much on the throw. Matt Adams couldn't pick it out of the dirt, and more alert base running from Nick Ahmed. Turned that corner, ends up at third base.
Well, Matt Bowman now at 40 pitches in relief of Jaime Garcia, who had to be pulled after 2 1/3. There on the corner is 1 out for Michael Bourne, who was singled twice. He's 2 for 3.
Closer ball game, you might see one of those safety squeezes that we've seen so much of this year, not only from the Diamondbacks but all around baseball in this situation. 1st and 3rd, 1 out. Definitely want to stay out of the double play, and sometimes that safety squeeze is the way that teams choose to do it.
They put an error up on the board for Matt Carpenter. First error of the ball game for either side. On Michael Bourne. Bowman missed again. It's 3-1. Michael already with 5 hits as a Diamondback. Got a couple of hits Friday in the series opener. The numbers of the Cardinals bullpen this year. They've had trouble against the Diamondbacks. 3-1 to Bourne. Ahmed at third, Segura at first. Base hit for Bourne. This will make it 6-1. Segura takes the turn. He'll get third. A 3-hit day for Michael Bourne. 6-1 D-backs.
Love that approach from Michael Bourne. Once again, he knows he's got that hole on the right side of the field. Really rolls that left hand, his top hand over to make sure he hits that ball to the right side and sneaks through into right field for an RBI base hit.
And it rolled slowly out to right field. Slow enough for Segura to get to third easily. Here's Goldie. He has hit into a double play, had an RBI single, and walked his last time up. So Goldie now with 5 hits and 3 walks in this series, still with more walks than hits this year. Cardinals bullpen is busy with Bowman creeping up on 50 pitches, 0-2. Don't forget he threw 2 innings Friday in the series opener, threw 35 pitches in that ball game. And he's almost at 50. Jonathan Broxton, who had a very rough night Friday, is warming up for the Cardinals. Bounce to third. Carpenter comes in. They get the force on Bourne as Segura crosses the plate with a 7th Diamondback run.
I'm surprised he went that way, trying to turn the double play. Gene Segura coming right down the line in front of Matt Carpenter. Could have tried to cut off that run at home plate, but tried to turn the double play, and just too much time had elapsed.
Another RBI for Goldie. Here's Castillo. Strike 1. Well, he doubled and scored in the first. He's 1 for 3. Goldie takes off. Not like he broke his bat that time. He hit the out at first. But the Diamondbacks tack on 2 more. Bottom 6 coming up from St. Louis. They lead the Cardinals 7-1.
Diamondbacks over the Cardinals. Stephen Bob, very quickly before I head downstairs. I have an artifact from Todd's Garage, first one of the summer for you. This is a game program from the the summer of '76 that I filled out. It took me 35 years to get Al Hrabowski to sign that, by the way. Got the save in a win over the Phillies. John Denny got the start and the win, the pride of Prescott. But since you guys are my moral compass, I was looking at the scorecard
first of all,
here.
let's start there.
I'm looking at my handwriting there.
Yeah? What do you got?
And I realize that this is a fraudulent artifact from the garage. Now, that doesn't mean that it didn't happen that night and it didn't look that way. There's the late, great Jack Buff.
What is about that? Don't be confused. Listen to Jack Buff. What's fraudulent?
I know my handwriting, and I'm worse than most surgeons. I come from the Charlie Brown School of Penmanship. There's no way that my box score and my scorecard, there's a shot to deep
Scotty,
field.
Chris Owings has got room. So you're saying here,
Yes,
I think
yes.
we've uncovered a controversy.
Yes.
That you did not score that game.
I scored the game probably on some humidity-soaked scorecard with a really bad ballpoint pen with all kinds of scribbles.
Okay, well then I'm still confused as to what the controversy is.
Then I went home on another scorecard and probably spent 5 hours doing that. My handwriting is absolutely, I can't read my handwriting. So the authenticators are not going to authenticate that in the garage. I just wanted you to know that.
So that is not up for a bid, as it were.
Well, nothing's up for bid.
Oh,
It's all on
wait, I thought
display.
everything was for sale.
Well, I will move the product at some point as my life starts to wither away, yes. And
I thought that's what Todd's Garage did. We moved some of this stuff.
There are things that we would bring you into the garage so you can look and then remove product. It's kind of a
Remove
supply and demand
products.
thing.
It's not Todd's Garage sale. It's Todd's Garage.
Thank you.
Well, but every time
Man,
I look
I
on the
missed you.
screen, they say you can get this item if you call this number.
No, there's no number.
Operators are standing
no,
by.
no, there are no operators.
But
No
wait,
operators.
there's more.
No, there's not.
Now, do you have some sort of when somebody catches a foul ball here, you get a bat, a base, whatever, they authenticate it
guy?
with a little.
A sticker?
No, they have like a hologram or whatever it is.
I don't have any holograms either.
Nothing.
No.
You can't even vouch for your own handwriting.
No, actually, it took me 40 years to figure it. This morning, I was looking and I went, wait a minute. I just wanted to let you guys know that we're coming clean.
Well, I appreciate the honesty.
I'm sure you do. You all right with that, Bob?
I'm fine with it. We'll just have to be much more judicious with Todd's Garage items from this point
yeah,
too.
frankly, the whole thing is tainted now.
If there's one fraud, there's likely to be another one.
It's like politics.
It rains, it pours. I think I've opened a Pandora's box in the garage.
In the garage.
Yeah.
Matt
Okay.
Adams takes a big swing and a miss, and he strikes out.
I will work hard to regain your trust. Okay?
Well, it's like you go to your favorite pizza place, and it's great, and then you go there one time, and it's really bad, and now do we go back?
Done.
That's
You're
it.
right.
You're out, huh?
Wow. Holy cow. All right, well, you suffer the consequences.
I do like, it was cool to look through that old 1976 Bake McBride for the Phillies. And I think Danny Ozark was the skipper.
Oh, sure he was, yeah. Red Shane Deanston. I was a Ted Simmons guy, Bob.
Yeah.
Nick Ahmed doing his Nick Ahmed thing.
Wow.
Greinke works a 1-2-3 6th inning. Well, send donations to Todd's Garage or the police. 7-1 Dbacks. Heaven, but the Diamondbacks are leading 7-1, trying to win their first series in St. Louis since 2003. Let's check the rest of the NL West. It's greater coverage of baseball, brought to you by T-Mobile. Mentioned that the Cubbies, who come in here tomorrow for a 3-game set, are the late game tonight at San Francisco. That's Mad Bum and Kyle Hendricks. Dodgers and Padres about to get underway. Kenta Maeda and Colin Ray at Petco Park. Now, this is the one that really concerns me, BB. The Rockies and Pirates are delayed by rain, and that game might not be done by the time we get to Pittsburgh later tonight. And I'm told it's supposed to rain for like the next month in Pittsburgh.
40 days and 40 nights.
So we could be in for some long ones this week at the old PNC Park. Jonathan Broxton comes out to start the 7th for the Cardinals against Yasmani Tomas. Diamondbacks have out-hit St. Louis 13-4 and lead at 7-1.
The good news is that Pittsburgh, our perch is so high above the field, we may be above the clouds. We may be above the rain.
Yeah, that's the second highest one. Next, behind only Washington. Chopped to shortstop, Aledmus Diaz. That's a beautiful ballpark, PNC Park, one of the best there is, in fact. Got to be at least top 3 or 5, but our broadcast position is in the stratosphere.
Way up there. Jonathan Broxton takes over for the Cardinals.
Broxton had a very rough night here Friday. Retired only 1 batter, gave up 5 runs, all earned on 3 hits, also walked 2 guys. It got ugly when he came out to start the 8th. Brandon Drury 2 for 3, couple of singles. He has scored a run and knocked in a run. That's out of play, 1-2. We fly to Pittsburgh right after this ball game. There's a day off tomorrow. And then we start a 3-game series against the Pirates Tuesday. That'll be Shelby Miller versus Francisco Liriano. Have all 3 games for you right here on Fox Sports Arizona. Ruby De La Rosa, Jeff Locke Wednesday. Patrick Corbin and Garrett Cole. That's a headliner Thursday afternoon, the getaway day game. Rolled up the middle. Diaz has it. Well, his defense is getting better. It seems to be just a matter of reps for him over there. 2 up, 2 down.
Had a good read that time. Came in and smothered that ball on a short hop. Threw on to first for the easy out of Brandon Drury. If he lays back on that ball, it might do anything. That's one thing you learn as a guy that's learning a position in the infield. Most of the time you're better served charging aggressively rather than waiting back and let that ball take one more hop, because you never know where it's going to go.
Another good day at the plate for Chris Owings. He's got 2 hits, both singles. He's now hit safely in 5 straight and 12 of his last 13. He's got 5 hits in the series. One and 2. Jaime Garcia left early today. Diamondbacks jumped on him right away. Garcia lasted only 2 1/3, gave up 5 runs, all earned on 10 hits. Bowman did a very good job in relief. And now Broxton works a 1-2-3-7. We stretch in St. Louis. It's 7-1 Diamondbacks. red, but it's Sedona red that's ruling the day here. 7-1. Diamondbacks lead the Cardinals as we start the home half of the 7th inning. What's next brought to you by CenturyLink. Off day tomorrow. 3 against the Pirates starts Tuesday. Shelby Miller and Francisco Liriano. Ruby De La Rosa, after having a start skipped this time around, will be back out there Wednesday against Jeff Locke, the lefty. And how about Thursday? That's a day game, 9 a.m. start back home in the great state of Arizona. Corbin and Cole. Brandon Moss, who homered his last time up, leads off the St. Louis 7th against Zack Greinke. Greinke coming up on 80 pitches here. Diamondbacks have the shift on. That strikeout, Bob, as you noted, by Chris Owings to win the 7th was the first time a Diamondback hitter has struck out all day today. Greinke has 5 strikeouts. He's walked 1, given up just 4 hits. 80 pitches, 58 strikes.
For Jaime Garcia, the Cardinals starting pitcher today, most hitters didn't stick around long enough to see 3 pitches and strike out. They were banging him around early in the count.
Make that 6 strikeouts for Greinke. 1 down.
Good change up. Breaking ball earlier in the sequence. I mentioned an inning or so ago. He started to throw that curveball, try to steal a strike 1. He's mixed in a few sliders, but basically it's been fastball changeup all day for Zack Greinke.
Greinke's spot is due to lead off the 8th inning. He's batting 8th today. There is no one throwing to the Diamondback bullpen. They overload the left-hand side of the infield against Randall Pritchard.
The pitch count is still well within reason. Only 82 on the ball game up to this point.
Well, Chip does not like to use the Clippard, Hudson, Ziegler trio unless he needs to, unless it's a close game with the lead. He'll tend to go to the other guys when it's not one of those scenarios, but those other guys have pitched a lot here lately. Jake Barrett and Randall Delgado and Andrew Chafin, Evan Marshall. These guys have logged a couple of big outings here, so maybe he's trying to steal an extra inning or 2 here for Greinke. Give his bullpen a break.
You're absolutely right about Chip not wanting to use the big 3 relievers in the bullpen unless he has to. But if he does need to go to the bullpen, those are the guys that probably could use the work. Daniel Hudson threw 11 pitches on Friday, wasn't used in the ball game yesterday, and Brad Ziegler hasn't pitched since at least last Wednesday.
Well, Greinke's mowing him down here. He's got 7 strikeouts. He's punched out 3 of the last 4. And that's the 2nd out in the 7th. Oh, that changeup. And the curveball. This same guy we saw against the Yankees sure looks like him.
Yep.
And that's the guy that they thought they were getting.
He did the same thing against the Yankees. Pitched basically with fastball, changeup through the early part of the ball game, and then started incorporating his breaking pitches the 2nd, 3rd time through the Yankees order. Done the same thing here against the Cardinals today.
Colton Wong doubled in the 3rd. He's 1 for 2. Greinke has been over 100 pitches 4 times this year. His high for the season is 105. That came 4 starts ago against the Rockies at Chase Field as Wong slaps one the other way to left field for a 2-out single. He's 2 for 3. And now with the pitcher spot up, we'll get a look at Jeremy Hazelbaker. Hazelbaker homered off Greinke at Chase Field last month. He's hitting .265 with 7 home runs. He'll hit for Broxton. Hazelbaker is hitless in the series. He has struck out 3 times. Tyler Lyons warming up with the Cardinal bullpen. Looks like he'll get the 8th inning. 90 pitches for Zack, 65 strikes.
Surprised Jeremy Hazelbaker wasn't in the original starting lineup today. Left-handed bat, had some success against Zack Greinke in the past, although it's a very small sample size. But I think perhaps Mike Matheny, anticipating a close ball game, wanted to have a left-handed bat available off the bench. Hazelbaker is the only one he's got today. Everybody else off that bench swings right-handed.
Well, Hazelbaker got off to a big start this year. He made the opening day roster without any previous big league experience and had a big April, hit .320 last month, 5 home runs, but he has nosedived in May. Hitting under 180 this month. The 2-1. It's over the head of Bill Miller at first, 2-2. Still no one throwing the Diamondback bullpen. There are some guys doing some stretching down there, getting limbered up, but nobody warming up as of yet. This is on the ground to Segura, and Zack Greinke is through 7. He's got 7 strikeouts. He's given up only 5 hits, and he leads at 7-1. Here in St. Louis, 7-1 Diamondbacks lead the Cardinals. And fans, today after our ball game, it's a brand new episode of the Local 9 as Todd Walsh sits down with Chip Hale, Patrick Corbin, Brandon Drury, Andrew Chafin to find out their favorite things to do and places to go outside the ballpark. It's the 10th inning, the Local 9, presented by CenturyLink today after the game. It replays tonight at 10 o'clock only on Fox Sports Arizona. Some changes for the Cardinals. And we'll start the mound. The new pitcher is the left-hander Tyler Lyons, his 13th appearance of the year, an ERA just over 4.5. Jeremy Hazelbaker, who grounded out to end the inning, will stay in the game. He'll take over in right field for Stephen Piscotty. And Ruben Tejada replaces Matt Carpenter at third, as Greinke will lead off the 8th inning. Zack has driven in a run with a sac fly. And he's got a base hit his last time up, 1 for 2. Also a new catcher, Eric Fryer, behind the plate, replacing Yadier Molina. So Mike Matheny has emptied his bench here, down 7-1 in the 8th inning. There's Ruben Tejada in there at third for Matt Carpenter. And Hazelbaker replaces Piscotty in right. Colton Wong, bell tie hop, throws him out, 1 away. Our Jimmy John's delivery of the game. In the 9-hole again today, Nick Ahmed with his 4th 2-hit game in his last 5.
Doubled in the 2nd inning, hit a hard ground ball to short in the 3rd, and then singled again in the 6th inning. Good to see Nick starting to come alive with that bat. Diamondbacks need his offense as well as his defense.
Strike 1 from Tyler Lyons. Popped him up. Fryer looking up into that sun. Now, why is it, Bob, that anytime a catcher fields one of those pop-ups, he always ends up on his heels backing up as he catches it?
Well, just the physics of a pop-up behind home plate, the spin on the baseball as it reaches its apex, it's always going to come back toward the field. Most catchers, you try to play it out in front of you, always back up a little more than you think, and the ball will come back to you, but inevitably, human nature, you get underneath the ball and end up backpedaling on your heels, occasionally falling on your rear end, which is very embarrassing. But it's just the physics of the spin on the baseball as it goes straight up in the air. It actually doesn't go straight up in the air because of the spin. It's like a, what is it called, an ellipse. Kind of the parentheses on either side. The ball goes up and will go back toward the backstop, but as it comes back down, it will come back toward the field.
Elliptical?
Maybe, I don't know.
Something like that.
Something. Some weird shape.
I think they have an elliptical over at the hotel room in the fitness center. Ecliptic, elliptic.
I wouldn't know anything about the fitness center.
Something like that, right? Yeah. It's on an arch.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you, Phil Malika, for bailing both of us out there. Our fine director.
I've said for years, if the state of Illinois really wanted to get back at the city of St. Louis, they should build a great big statue. I mean, hundreds of feet tall, of a guy wearing Bermuda shorts and sandals with black socks holding a croquet mallet on the other side of the river.
Like in the backyard.
Yeah, it looks like a wicket out there, you know.
The gateway to the west. So they built a gateway. You ever go up in that thing?
No.
Yeah. My wife Cindy did that. You go in an egg-shaped tube and they shoot you up there. See if you can see anybody looking down at us. Yeah, you can.
Keeping score.
I feel like one of those things at the drive-through teller at the bank. You know, when you put your envelope in there and it shoots it through. Lions over there. Recovery works a 1-2-3 8th inning. Diamondbacks looking for their first series win here since 2003. We're going up in the arch. It's 7-1 Diamondbacks.
Bottom 8, 7-1 Diamondbacks. The Kick Alive high-speed highlights presented by Cox. Zack Greinke has been tremendous again. 7 innings. He's given up just 5 hits. He's got 7 strikeouts.
We mentioned his start against the Yankees, and I said it was vintage Zack Greinke. Well, if that was vintage, this is vintager. He was really good today. Incorporated his pitches as he needed to, second and third time through the order. Command of the fastball and changeup have been fantastic.
And he's back out there to start the 8th inning. And a little over 90 pitches now. The only run for the Cardinals was Brandon Moss's homer with 2 outs in the 4th. Eric Fryer, who's in the cleanup spot where Matt Carpenter was hitting. He took over for Yadier Molina behind the plates. Fryer does not get a lot of opportunities to use the bat. He's had only 19 plate appearances all season long, and when you're the backup to Yadier Molina, that's just kind of the deal. Two and two. Eric Fryer is from Mike Matheny's hometown, Reynoldsburg, Ohio. Is that near Coshocton?
It's near Columbus. It's a suburb of Columbus. It's not too far from Coshocton. About an hour and 20 minutes.
He's a good catch and throw guy. Puts together tough at bats. You know, standard backup.
Catches a lot of side sessions, I'm sure.
Well, they brought Brian Pena over from the Reds last November, but he needed knee surgery. Gave him a 2-year, $5 million deal. He's not expected back until a little bit later in the year. So Fryer's had the opportunity to be the backup. And he's worked at full 3 and 2.
You know, on those rare days when Yadier Molina does not start a ball game, the last thing in the world Mike Matheny wants is to send his everyday catcher down to the bullpen to warm up pitchers. So if Yadier gets a day off, it's usually a full day off.
Brandon Drury on the short hop at third. What away. Greinke at 100 pitches. And the bullpen will start to get ready for the Diamondbacks. Daniel Hudson starting to throw down there. 100 pitches for Greinke, 71 for strikes. He's worked 7 1/3. Here's Aledmys Diaz, the shortstop, who's 0 for 2 with a walk. Greinke has been grunting like that since the outset of the ball game. It looks like he's been max effort all day long. At least it sounds like he's been max effort. There it is again. What's the percentage of guys that throw with those grunting noises, you think?
Not as high as you might think. And usually it's relievers, guys that come in and just flame on as hard as they can throw for as long as they can go.
Lifts it out to right center field. Michael Bourne, 2 down.
But if that's what it takes for Zack Greinke to throw the ball the way he has today, I hope he grunts on every pitch he throws the rest of the year. He's been that good today.
Ruben Tejada took over at third for Carpenter, batting in Piscotty's old spot. And Tejada only 5 for 28 at the plate this year. You remember his relief pitching performance Friday night in the series opener. Gave up back-to-back homers to Herman and Drury. Throwing fastballs and sliders, he said.
Well, he was throwing all fastballs until 2 of them got hit out of the ballpark, and then he started throwing some sliders.
Decided it was time to mix it up a bit. He's got a single and a couple of walks in this series. He started at third base in that game Friday and wound up pitching. Brandon Drury got his 7th home run of the year off Tejada.
With that fly ball to right field by Diaz, this is the longest outing by a Diamondback starter this season.
Greinke 105 pitches. That matches his high for the year 4 starts ago against the Rockies at Chase Field. Daniel Hudson still warming up with the bullpen. Boy,
point. Zack beat the Cardinals last month at Chase Field, but in truth it was probably his worst start all year. He allowed 7 runs, 11 hits, and 6 2/3. What a difference this start has been. But in that ball game, he got the win. Diamondbacks won at 12-7. For Bourne and right, Zack Greinke goes 8, and we go to the 9th. Diamondbacks looking for the series win in St. Louis. Diamondbacks won a series from the Cardinals was 2003. They have never won a series in this version of Busch Stadium. They've got a big lead here, set to close it out. Toyota, let's go places. We're off to Pittsburgh after this ball game. Off day tomorrow, first of 3 against the Pirates Tuesday. And the Pirates are pretty good.
Yeah, they can be. When they're swinging the bats well, that's as intimidating a lineup as you'll run into in the National League when they're all swinging the bats well.
They are trailing the Rockies right now 1-0, but they are in a rain delay at PNC Park and could be for quite some time. So bring your galoshes to Pittsburgh. New pitcher for the Cardinals, the left-hander Dean Kiekeffer. His 5th appearance of the year, a 2.08 ERA. We saw him pitch in Friday's series opener. Michael Bourne, who's got 3 hits and an RBI, leads off the 9th. That one bit Michael a bit.
He fouled it off his front foot, front leg.
Kind of surprised they're making Kiekeffer work in this game. He's been on first pitch duty throughout this series. And the Cardinals, they start, with the ceremonial first pitches. They don't bring like 1 guy out or 2. There's like 15. And Kiekeffer's got to catch them all and smile and take the picture and do all that. Matt Adams at first. Kiekeffer covers. And that starts about 45 minutes before the game. They have a whole thing. They introduce Fred Bird and all these little characters, and people come on the field, and here's so-and-so and so-and-so, and a bunch of first pitches. Very ceremonial here in St. Louis.
Keep track of pitch count on the ceremonial first pitches.
Kiekeffer's been kissing babies and shaking hands all weekend long.
He's the low man on the totem pole, has the least seniority, and unless it's a star or supermodel throwing out the first pitch, then guys fight over who gets to catch it. But
well, they had that guy from the Real Housewives shows, Andy Cohen, who was a huge Cardinals fan. He was here Friday throwing out the first pitch. With the Bravo and the Housewives and the whole thing. Joan watched those shows?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Jim Edmonds, who does Cardinals TV, I think he's on, or his wife is, or something.
He's one of the main characters, and Jim Edmonds has been on from time to time.
Yeah, those shows are on in our house a lot. People screaming at each other. That one got Goldie.
Just nicked his leg a little bit.
Second walk, or pardon me, first hit by the pitch of the ball. So a 1-out base runner for Wellington Castillo. Goldie aboard for the 4th time today. Castillo doubled and scored in the first. He's 1 for 4. Broken bat. Diaz is there. That's all they'll get. That'll bring up Yasmani Tomas. Yasmani an RBI single in the first. He's 1 for 4. Mariners won in Cincinnati today. Another win for Wade Miley, who's had a good year with Seattle. He's 5-2. And there was another former D-back pitching today. Chase Anderson got the loss for the Brewers at the Mets. Lost to Noah Syndergaard. Tejada long throw from third. And that's the end of the top of the ninth. D-backs 3 outs away from a series win in St. Louis. Back after this. Our Gila River game summary. D-backs knocked Jaime Garcia out of the game early. They got 3 in the first, 1 in the second, 1 in the third. They lead at 7-1 behind Zack Greinke, who was outstanding. He gave up just 1 run on 5 hits in 8 innings, 1 walk and 7 strikeouts. He threw 107 pitches. And your Arizona Federal Credit Union pitching change, it's Brad Ziegler. He got his 8th save of the season Tuesday against the Yankees, which was his last appearance. Comes in a 7-1 ball game to clean up the 9th. And it'll work to Matt Adams to lead off the inning for the Cardinals. Diamondbacks will put the shift on for Big City. Adams 0 for 3. He has struck out twice. Saw the numbers on Brad when he came into the ball game. More base hits and walks allowed this year than we're used to seeing from Brad Ziegler, but it's hard to do better than 36 straight saves converted.
I think it's some of that sinker baller's curse. It's all Brad does is throw ground balls, and unfortunately for him and the Diamondbacks, some of those have found holes this year. He's usually be able to bounce right back and throw a double play ball to the next batter.
Well, he walks Adams on 4 pitches to open up the 9th, and the way these first 2 games of this series have gone, the 8th and 9th innings can get a little dicey. We've seen some Well, let's see. We had a Friday night, a 5-run Diamondback 8th, a 2-run Diamondback 9th, and a 5-run St. Louis 9th. And then the Diamondbacks yesterday got 2 in the 9th, got the tying run to the plate before the game ended. And so hopefully we don't see a repeat of that here. Kekeffer will take the at-bat. Pitcher spot is 5th in the Cardinal order. So far, Brad has yet to throw a strike, so Wellington Castillo out there for a word. His first career at bat, Dean Kekeffer. There's a strike. Good talk. Little chopper. It'll stay fair for Ziegler. Underhand toss to Goldie. They move Adams along, and that's the first out. Brandon Moss responsible for the only Cardinal run today. A 2-out homer in the 4th, his 8th of the year off Zack Greinke. Dbacks have the shift on for Moss. Ahmed on the first base side of second. Drury hovering around third with Adams at second and 1 out. Right back to the mound. He'll look Adams back to the bag and take the out at first. 2 down. Randall Grichuk. So the Diamondbacks 1 out away from their first ever series win in this ballpark. It'll also be win number 100 for Chip Hale as D-backs manager. Grichuk 0 for 3. So far for Brad Ziegler, 11 pitches, only 3 of them for strikes. Now roll foul. 2-1. Cardinals enter today 7 back of the Cubs for the NL Central League. Cubs playing the late game tonight. They're at San Francisco. They're in here tomorrow. He hits it right through the shift, and this will get Adams home from second. Grichuk hustling into second, and he's got an RBI double.
Right through the shift. It happens occasionally. Hard hit ball off the bat of Randall Grichuk. A lot of topspin on that grounder. Just between the 2 D-backs defenders into center field, and Matt Adams will lumber around third base and score the second run of the game for the Cards.
(7-2) ball game. Grichuk at second, 2 outs for Colton Wong, who's 2 for 3, a double and a single. Wong's bat has really come around lately. He was down barely above 200 earlier this month. Struck out as a pinch hitter Friday in the opener. That snapped a 7-game hit streak, but he's back on the horse today, 2 for 3. Right behind Bill Miller at first, a ball and 2 strikes. Chip Hale and the Diamondbacks on a plane right as this game ends, headed to Pittsburgh. Off day tomorrow, first of 3 against the Pirates on Tuesday. We have all 3 games for you on Fox Sports Arizona. That one missed, 2-2. Shelby Miller and Francisco Liriano Tuesday. That's a 4:05 first pitch. Back home in the Valley. Three and 2. Something about the 9th inning of these games in St. Louis. Hazelbaker would be next.
Just thinking that. I mean, this is not what you would call a hostile environment. The fans are very knowledgeable.
Yeah,
they
sure.
support their home team, but it's not like going into Philly or Shea, old Shea Stadium, Citi Field now. That's a hostile environment. The Cardinals, with the loss today, would fall 1 game under 500 here at home.
Diamondbacks yesterday were down 6-0 going into the top of the 9th inning against the closer Trevor Rosenthal, and managed to get the tying run to the plate. And it was a wild back into the ball game Friday. And again, it's been a pesky 9th inning trying to put the ball game and the series away. 3-2 pitch. Got him, and the Diamondbacks win it. Their first ever series win here at Busch Stadium. And they win a series in St. Louis for the first time since 2003. Win number 100 for Chip Hale.
Congratulations to Chip Hale. Hopefully just a minor benchmark on what will be a great managerial career.
2 hours and 44 minutes. The Diamondbacks take 2 of 3 here in St. Louis. And they improved to 21-25 on the year. Pick up a half game on the Giants, who are hosting the Cubs later tonight. And it's off to Pittsburgh. Another winning series on the road for Chip Hale's ball club, and hoping for another one here as this trip continues at PNC Park.